there, I'm Michelle Malu.
And I'm Katie Muse. We're both physical therapy graduate students, and today we're here to talk to you about the Community Ambulation Tool mat, also known as the CAT mat. So physical therapists are movement experts, and abnormality of gait, or a person's manner of walking, is one of the primary impairments that we treat. Currently, there is no cost-effective, lightweight, easy-to-use device that therapists can use to train patients to successfully ambulate, meaning walk, in the community. We have been studying this field for 6 years and have experienced this problem firsthand. We know there is a need for a better gait training device, and we also know from researching a patient's nervous system that patients must practice a task in order to master it. We surveyed UMass Lowell PTs and PTs practicing in the surrounding area. 100% responded that patients would benefit from gait training on uneven terrain, yet 77% said they found it challenging to simulate this terrain, and 74% said that was due, in part, to a lack of functionally accurate simulation devices. The Airx Balance Pad is a foam pad that's the most comparable to our product. However, it does not allow patients to walk on it and does not simulate an outdoor terrain, so therefore, it is not a solution to this problem. We researched common diagnoses associated with gait impairments, and the incidence number per year was staggering, with traumatic brain injury ranking in over 250,000 per year and ankle sprains well over 1 million. PTs are treating these patients every single day, so we want to get the patients better, quicker, faster, stronger.
So our solution to getting patients better, quicker, faster is the CAT mat, a community ambulation tool. So this is an interlocking puzzle piece mat system, and it's 1 foot by 1 foot in dimensions. It's going to be made out of a compressible plastic, and it's going to be filled with various size compressible beads. So the uneven top surface is going to create a walking outdoors feel for the patient when they step on it, when combined with the beads. So when they take a step, the beads should disperse, and that means that it'll feel different with each step that they take. So this mat is buildable, which means that it can become as long or as wide as needed for individual patient needs. It also has an anti-slip bottom, so that way it won't slide around while it's in use. And it's going to treat a variety of diagnoses, like Katie mentioned earlier, anything between chronic ankle sprains and traumatic brain injury, so it's a very diverse tool. So, our product is going to be very valuable for both physical therapists and the places in which they treat. It's a functional tool, which means that it will improve a patient's functional outcomes with gait training, and therefore it will increase facilities' ratings. So 92% of the therapists that we surveyed said that the CAT mat would be a great tool for gait training. This is excellent to hear because physical therapists are our target customer. We're going to start with inpatient hospitals because they have the largest patient population that really needs gait training in order to be discharged. It's a really large part. They need to be able to walk safely in order to go home. Once we get popular there, we'll move on to outpatient clinics and home care. So thanks to discounts that we're getting from other professionals, we think that our initial plan, our needs and costs are going to be $8,000. So $6,000 from Difference Maker would be really helpful for us. We could make multiple prototypes and test out our prototypes, and then also put some money towards branding and marketing. And then we're also going to take this initial time to explore intellectual property such as patenting and trademarking our product. For the long term, we want to delve further into our Difference Maker connection so that we can hire a website developer and start to form a company. But we're going to need an easier and quicker way to make our mat. So we're going to make a TPU injection mold. This will cost $15,000 to $25,000, which may seem steep, but it's going to make the cost of our product go down very much, as you'll see on this slide. So right now, the cost for one mat piece is $180, but with the TPU injection mold, it'll go all the way down to $26. So 60% of the therapists that we surveyed said that they would spend $75 to $100 on our product, and some said that they would pay even more. So that $26 is about a fourth of our $100 that we would charge for this. So then with that, we'll make a product. We will make a profit. That's it. Any questions for us?
How long does your product last?
So,
So that's something we're going to explore with the testing that we're planning to do on North. So our plan is to use a force gauge to see how much weight it can handle, and then how much weight over time that it can handle.
Yeah, because we work with a big patient population that sometimes are overweight and they need to be able to use these, devices. So we need to make sure that we can handle that force.
Do you have a mechanical engineer or a plastics engineer on your team?
So we don't have anyone officially on our team, but we're working with a plastics engineer, and he's already graduated, and then one mechanical engineer that's already graduated, and 2 that are students here.
So they help with material selection?
Yep, so they helped with materials and then designing the STL files that can be used for the 3D printer.
Are those polymer beads?
Yes, so these are EPS beads. They're the primary thing we're going to start our prototyping with. We also have one of our engineers looking into different types of material just to see what is the best type of material to use.
Yeah, and I alluded to it earlier, we plan to use different sized beads as well to create more of an uneven surface. We want to use up to 1 inch and as small as 1/8 of an inch.
I suppose you could potentially vary that and provide different products depending on the nature of the patient population.
Yes, so something we wanted to look into was color coding to the most impaired patient to patient ready for discharge, and that's going to depend on how compressible our mat is as well.
So it's softer for certain and harder for others.
Right.
And I know you said the mat is 1 square foot. And is that, from a therapeutic standpoint, sort of like the minimum size it needs to be for it to be effective?
So we were thinking 1 foot, but we first discussed it with engineers, and they said that 1 foot would be a great desired length to keep the integrity of the mat, so it won't fall apart. It would be compressible enough, but also hard enough and durable enough. But since it's still in the prototyping stage, we are up to changing it. We could make it longer or shorter if need be.
We also think it's convenient for therapists to easily estimate how many mats they would need.
Right, and the interlocking helps you to expand, right? So you can
Yeah.
go from,
And it helps with the sliding as well. They stay all as one piece.
You're asking for $5,000 to do multiple prototypes and testing. What kind of testing are you going to do?
So we're going to do the force gauge testing, as I mentioned earlier, and then the other type of testing is pressure sensors. So we're going to be working with one of the physical therapists who teaches here, and he has pressure sensors that can go into a person's shoe. So with that, we want to compare walking outside over grass, over dirt, over the sidewalks, just around Lowell, and then compare how it fares to our mat and look at the
Are
data.
there any established protocols for that exist that you could say, okay, this protocol exists and have to set this up and type of thing, or is it just?
We're not really sure yet, but I'm sure the professor that we're working with will have a better idea.
Yeah, so he knows how it should look when you make, so we call it initial contact, so when that foot is making its first contact with the ground and how the force should be distributed, ideally. So that's one of the reasons we chose to work with him.
Yeah, he knows a lot about it.
He's used these before in testing.
Because I've seen this, unfortunately, I've spent a lot of time in physical therapy because of a right rotator cuff repair, and I've seen people actually use these.
Yeah, and surprisingly,
So
these are actually, we could say it at the same time, they're actually $80, which is ridiculous because it's just foam. And ours would only be a few dollars more for a lot more functional use.
Yeah.
$4,000 trips with the
Right.
Doesn't surprise me.
With multiple presentations and their protocols already exist, for using this depending on the injury types. So you just piggyback off those protocols. You can even get them more specialized with the different, bead, size, and shape.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That's,
Yeah. And you mentioned that the physical therapist said they'd be willing to pay, but it's not their money, right? Right, so
yeah,
they,
so some of them I believe are clinic managers,
Okay.
but this is just to gauge what they'd expect to pay.
okay, got it. Okay,
So
that makes
we
sense.
surveyed people from home care, inpatient, and outpatient, so we did get input from all the different settings. Yeah,
And
so
how portable is this?
We actually have a few different ways that we want to sell this, and for home care, they're working out of their cars mainly, so they really need a way to stow it. So we were thinking of making a portable tote with wheels attached, so it can fit as many pieces as you need to bring into people's houses.
So most clinics, you know, inpatient, outpatient, they're probably just gonna assemble it once and then maybe modify how wide or how long just by a little bit. But they could potentially stack it so that it's out of the way if they had to do something that takes up more room.
I like this.
Thank you. We like it too, and we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Great work.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
You guys in your last year?
Second to one more, yeah.
So you guys went straight through.
Yep.
Yeah, been here 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're getting a graduate degree. I was there 6 years. And only got one.
Is your goal to wrap it up before you try to get it moving forward before you go to school?
Yeah, so our goal next year is we're gonna have a little bit more free time, so we wanna do more prototyping, testing, and then we go out on clinicals in the spring. So our plan is then using our classmates' connections to try to see which clinics would be open to meeting with us. We actually already have a clinic that we went to for shadowing day who emailed us and said, if you want to try out your product here when it's ready, let us know. So
You should look at the IP pretty quickly because there's going to be stuff that already exists out there. And it's not to get your patent, but to make sure you're not violating somebody else's patent.
yeah. So that's why like the actual puzzle piece is subject to change for the design just in case.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Good job, thanks.